our mandate is to take up 22.5% or 20.5% of each project that gets developed in Papua New Guinea. So really, they are the operators. They go they do development, and I come in and take up the 22.5% on behalf of the state and the people of Papua New Guinea. So that's really the key mandate. Our mandate is really to protect that, and we maximize the 20.5% that we are allowed to take up in every project that gets developed. And in doing so, we work with our partners in policy, in getting projects getting developed, talking to landowners, and different roles that we play in amongst the developers to make sure that projects are going on and oil and gas industry is moving ahead. So that's really our mandate. It's prescribed in the Oil and Gas Act that every project that reaches FID and the development stage, at that point the government has an option to exercise that option to take up to 22.5%. So 2% goes to landowners, and the state keeps 20.5%. That's the one that we have the mandate to manage now. It's a decision by the board. If it's not an economic project when we assess it ourselves, then we can make a decision not to participate in that option that's made available in the Oil and Gas Act. Apart from that, we also have a commercial mandate. We can just operate like any other oil and gas company in PNG. So last year we actually made a decision to take up a Q interest in Papua New Guinea. So and that's a classic example of what we can do. So not only do we wait for the option to come along, but we can make those commercial decisions as well. So the board drives those. NPCP Holding is going to be renamed to Kumul Petroleum Holdings now. That legislation was signed on the 12th of August. So, it just needs to go through the last step of getting that gazetted, and it will happen in the next couple of days. So effectively, it's NPCP's Kumul Petroleum Holdings, and Petromin will be Kumul Minerals Holdings, and IPPC has been renamed to Kumul Consolidated. So that's going through very, very last stages of happening. But as far as us being affected, when we took on the 10% of oil sets leading up to it, we restructured ourselves in 2014, and we were preparing for it. So we were sort of leading the Kumul legislation process. So as far as affecting us, we have been ready already. So that's not really going to affect us as much. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to affect the Kumul Minerals, which is Petromin, and Kumul Consolidated, which is IPPC. So there's some lead time to get them all organized. But as far as us, less impact on us. That's a very tough question. In 2014, we were fortunate enough to actually complete the PNG LNG project ahead of time. So we paid, we had early revenue which we didn't expect. So we paid 415 million to the government. This year, we paid a half-yearly dividend as well. From the second half of this one onwards to next year, and that it's going to be tough for us. Just like every oil and gas company is facing, we affected by the decline in oil and gas price, and it's going to be tough. But we are conscious of that very fact that our shareholders, the people of Papua New Guinea, and paying dividends back to Papua New Guineans through the government is one of the key things that people will be looking at, and we are mindful of the investments that is sort of in the queue. Train 3 expansion, Total project, the Papua LNG. So what we're going to have to do now is to get the the two key financial advisors on board to help us plan out in the current environment what we should be doing, where we are now, and what is the next 5 years look like and 7 years look like. So we actually at that process now. So we're doing a financial plan strategy that we can then communicate back to government and say, this is how we are placed. You know, let's discuss what the dividend thinking should be. So we will have that conversation when we have that plan with us in our hands. So that's underway. It's getting close to completing. So hopefully when we get that, we'll start the discussion with government. So what we really wanted to do was two parts. One is going to strategic partnerships, select the right partnerships that we can learn from quickly, so we can build the skill sets and help leverage our position, because our partners are not waiting for us. They are going ahead, developing PNG LNG project, talking about 10th train, talking about Papua LNG, and the industry is moving ahead of us. And we had to fill a lot of the gaps. So the first part of getting the MOUs and the alliances in place was really to bridge that gap, leverage some of the experiences from other strategic partners. So that's really been designed to actually learn from it and develop the skill sets inside the NPCP. And the second part, hopefully, with the relationship that we're building with them, will be sort of projects. We'll go into partnerships, we'll go into projects together, and it's a long-term view that we have in building some of those relationships.